Okay, good evening, everybody. Uno momento in a second. I'll be ready. Just getting a final thing shifted here. Gotta get that. Ooh, that was going to be way too loud. Let me just quickly give me just a little second of a moment. Just a moment of a second. Click that. Hold on, streamer bot changed, and I don't know what half this shit is now. Um, Bear with me a second. Sort by date modify, please. Will this work? One. Uh. Playlist. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, that seems to have worked. Just give it a second to update, and we should be good to go. All right. So yeah, let us. Let me see if this works actually. Ah, I think it's working. Cool. All right. Boom. Let's go to the booth. Hello and good evening, everyone. This is me, the Plum of Egypt Coleman. All right. So I had a little bit less time than I expected to prep. And also, I'm tired as fuck. But we have hobbying to do. Well, I have hobbying to do. And I'm just gonna wing it a little bit. Of course, we have our lovely Miku right here to smack me in the face on urethra if I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So get me 1 second as I pull out what I wanted to work on, which totally was right here but a moment ago. Let me just grab it out. Is this it? Yeah, another thing arrived, which I kind of want to work on first, and then I might go straight to priming it tonight even. So, but ammo. Oh, it's gonna need to replace a base, but I have replacement bases somewhere here. Those are 50 bases, but I have a pack of 40 somewhere. Like, wait, hold on. Is the pack of 40 in this container? Ooh, this is my dice bag is tearing apart. Shit, I need to. Crap, I should have checked for another dice bag thing. These are no, these are 50s as well. Well, crap. I know I got a set of new 40mm base somewhere, but oh well. I can base it later. I can just take a 40mm base another model, which I'm not going to be using yet, and then get a 40mm base for that one later. But yeah, anyway, let me just align the paper. Boom. There. So, first, Miku, pat, pat, pat. You have to come out of the way somewhere. There. You'll sit down top of those boxes, staring at me. Yeah, I got this little something something. It's a recast of a hard to get model, I believe. And I kind of want to put it together. This thing's pretty easy to paint. It's a very dynamic model as well. In fact, let me get a little bit of a quick picky going onto the screen. Let me see. Who the fuck are you again? Horus Heresy. The what? Who are you again? Um, Crap. I'm blanking on his name now. Give me a second. I'm looking for it. Let me see. You. Yeah, you. Give me the picture, please. Save. Yes. Save it next to all the hentai I have. Browse. Yes. Yes. What's his name though? Do they not? Wait, where's it? Name, please. Name, please. Oh, Endryad Har. Black Shield. There we go. Oh, can I please? There we go. Whoop! Look at this very angry man here. That is this guy here, and I want to use him as a Death Company captain or just a fancy captain for myself. Also, if we look at the scaling of him, he is Primaris scaled. Actually, he's even slightly bigger than Primaris scaled because, seems lore-wise, he's a Thunder Warrior or semi-Thunder Warrior who went through the Astartes program. And so he's a Thunder Warrior Astartes. I'm not quite sure how the lore works with that, but that is the lore. And so he is freaking... He's a tall, big guy. In fact, hold on, let me put him to Gravis. Alright, so he's a bit shorter than Gravis, but he's also a bit taller than Tacticus. So he's a damn boy, he's thick and he big. And it's nice because this is like the old... This is Mark 2... Mark 5? I think it's Mark 5 armor he's wearing. So Horse has Mark 5 armor, but Primaris scaled. And it's like, I definitely want to work on him. Also, look at how crisp the details are. Barely a mold line anywhere. A lot of flash. But flash is easy to fix. It's all pre-battle damaged, so it's quite easy to weather it in. So, yeah, I want to work on him. I want to get going with him. I want to get going with him. You know what I mean? Gotta get going. So, let's just get him off these massive resin posts. I do believe this is a resin week. It feels very light for resin, honestly. It doesn't smell of resin, but I don't think it's plastic. So, yeah. Also, it's probably resin. It's just I'm not used to this sort of resin, so I can't identify it. But yeah. So let's just quickly do this thick boy up. Oh, that went flying. I don't know where it went. Oh well. So yeah. Hope. I don't think I can get this ready for my regular games this week, but at least I can have him started for maybe usage next week. Yeah. Because I foresee potential bullshittery usage and shenanigans with the Death Company Captain on foot, specifically. If that was too much of a trim, it will be covered in the basic material anyway. It's like, on paper, he doesn't seem to be that good, but I foresee some bullshittery with one or two of the detachments, which might make him maybe not pretty useful, but an unexpected funny moments. Unexpected funny moments may happen with a, let's see, what's the chance? A 5 in 6 chance of it happening. So yeah. Let's see, is that a mold line or is that just a crack, an actual intended crack? I don't think it's a intended crack. Let me just scrape that down. Also, Death Company Captain, he's only 70 points. Okay, which is actually, for Space Marine, that's a cheap amount of points for someone. Especially a dude which has a can have Power Fist and a Inferno pistol. And how conveniently this model specifically has an Inferno pistol, well, a Volkite pistol and his Power Fist. You know, Volkite pistol, Inferno pistol, close enough. They don't look like plasma pistols effectively. It doesn't look like a plasma pistol, but it's a fancy pistol. No one can bitch and complain about it. No one can. No one at all. So yeah, also all the bonding studs, the old Horus Heresy bonding studs for like quick repairs and stuff are just nice. I always like that little detail. think a lot of that was on like the Mark 8 Errant armor as well, which I really like. Should see about getting a hold of the whole 70 set that actually has the Mark 8 armor in it. That would be pretty cool. Thing is, Mark 8 Errant, I believe it was. My horse house knowledge isn't that good. I just know I was like, oh, I like that mark of armor. I like this mark of armor. There we go. I should actually check to see if plastic is this is plastic or not. I don't think it is. Yeah, I think this is resin. It's a very plastic feeling resin. Right, let's just get this post off your butt. Okay, no, that's too thick. I need to carefully trim it with not my good nippers because this is still resin. I'm gonna have to spend time after stream finding where all these resin bits went flying off to in my room. Anyway, let's just very carefully sand down around these details. Yeah, that's the knife. Oh yeah, this looks like a pretty straightforward model to put together, and most of his pose is sort of open, so I should be able to paint him in one go. Plus, also, if he's going to be a Death Company captain, he's going to have mostly black armor. Although, yeah, actually, this thing I was going to Google this up before stream, but then I was really busy at work all day long. I was going to see, like, what other, like, methods of black armor are there. Like, I know that some of them is, like, just very, very deep blue or dark blue to use for highlighting stuff. Another one is, like, just different shades of gray, which I was considering actually trying different shades of gray. 50 shades of gray, perhaps, even. Like, just mix a ton of different grays and use it. Which could work still. But first, let's just fix up mold lines. So the post where this was on the runner. There we go. Let's fix this guy up first as best we can. I did pre-wash and wipe him, although I might... He's not feeling slippery, but I just might use a little wet wipe to wipe him again quickly after I've done all the sanding. Also, just to make sure I get all the fragment stuff from this trimming and stuff collected up. And then start, well, gluing him together. That's another thing. A lot of the in 40K, like the Horus Heresy sculptors for Horus Heresy team, they seem to be able to do things a lot more dynamically, or pose more emotion, more dynamics in their poses compared to 40K. It's like I've been getting a lot more things from 30K for proxies and stuff. Like my Cataphracti even, which I still have to go to. In fact, I'm constantly considering I might start painting up finishing up painting the Cataphracti tonight as well. Do I want to do that? No. Maybe. No. Idea tonight should be I'm going to finish up painting things that I've already started painting, but not completed fully, and work on this guy. That's tonight's itinerary. Yeah. Just get more progress on what's already been started on, and make this guy in particular. This is not... I guess it's okay, because they're not going to be looking from the bottom anyway. As long as it's got the nice sharp edges, it's good. Okay, so we got this very nice dynamic body. Let's get his leg. Let's get his other leg out. There's quite a bit of flash, but again, flash is easy to deal with. there's no major molding mistakes or issues I can tell exist, which is good. There we go. There's my half round. So yeah, very nice crisp molding for sure. Can definitely appreciate. Slight bit of a mold slip here. This is not mold slip, it's just the what you call it? Steam line. But I mean, this resin seems soft enough to carefully scrape and remove that line completely. Okay, yep, pretty good, pretty good. Very carefully. There. It's looking good. Just very carefully scrape down there and along the foot. Nice. Along the tip of the foot. I think from here I can just use my side of my file to just rapidly fix that up. Yep. And the top of the half round to handle that concave section. Okay. Just gotta recurve this part a bit. Whoop. There we go. Just trying to re-establish the slight curve on that piece here. Very carefully and lightly. There. Okay. Where's my thing gone? Ah. Give me that Q-tip. There. Let's see how that smooth it out a bit more here. Okay. Very carefully. Right. And this just glues in like so. Let's see, looks like it's going to need a little bit of a pin to help it stay straight. Oh, so there's a bit of a line to deal with at the back. Clear that out a bit. Very carefully. Okay. So pinning. Got my little pin vice drill here. Let's just generally drill it in. Just to get something to start with. Very carefully. Making it a bit wider than it needs to be. Hello, Will Zeta. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm doing this angry lad, a resin recast of him, and we're doing some very careful pinnies with this. See, so Gonna come like that through here. And I'm just getting the pinning ready for it. Not as a too accurate pinning, but just something to help hold it together. For this little joint area. Hope you're doing well. Very angry large human, yes indeed. He is an extremely angry large human. There we go. And he's going to be a custom leader for my best Marines. Probably for my death company. Because he definitely seems large and in charge for that job. Okay, there we go. Now, get a paperclip. Boop. Paperclip. I'm going to use that to make a very small little pin. So, bend the tip out. Maybe we can just drill a little bit deeper into the leg part at least. Just so we can go in a bit further for support. I'm going to have to wipe down this area with a wet wipe in a moment. But first, let's just... There we go. Shoot. So I can't go too much deeper into this leg for the pinning. Let's see, how far in is it? Yep, that's as far as I want to go with that. So I want to snip this one. Around there. Pull my finger there. A little bit further down. Okay. And then we nip it. Very carefully. This cutter is losing its sharpness. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wow, has my cutter actually got a divot in it? Ooh. There we go. There. All right. We got the small little bit of a paper clip for the pin. Slot it in. Let's just slide the other side. Oh no, it's stuck inside, is it? Gimme, gimme, come on, come out, come out. There we go. Now it comes in this side first because it's the shallower end. Like so. And get the dollop of super glue. Like that. Then super glue into here. Good. Cap my super glue off. And then we position. And now hold this for a little bit. Also, I'll hold this. Let me just be absolutely sure this is not plastic. Or is plastic. Just here. That's why I use the cement. Doesn't look like it's melting anyway. Actually, here you go. Put it on the foot here. The cement on the foot, then mat. Okay, nope. It did not fingerprint the bottom of the foot, so that means this is indeed resin, not plastic. So I gotta do super glue for everything on this. Just had to be sure. we go. Looks good. Yeah, I'll be having a good day. I think tonight I've been having a very busy day, and well, busy a lot of days. Oh my god, it's only Tuesday. So tonight, I really want to build this guy for sure. I want to build this guy and prime him tonight. And then I'm going to be working on painting models that I've started painting, but not finished painting. So tonight is a night of finishing up things. Building this guide and finishing up things. I know some of my models now, they've got a little bit of wear and tear. I need to touch up some of their paint. Like my Gravis Captain, he has a purple cloak. A little bit of purple's rubbed off now on some of their raised points, so that's about time I come back to him and touch those up again. And maybe also try to add a little bit more, I guess, color definition to his cape as I touch it up. Since, the paint's scraped in the high regions, it's time for me to go back a bit and maybe try to highlight the high regions, shade the darker regions. We'll see. Key point is for us, fix it up. Okay, there we go. All right. So we have this here. He's going to have a crotch piece somewhere, I know. Here it is. Let's get this off with a lot of flash here. Let's see. So that just goes to the belt, so it's safe to cut from here. Boop. There we go. There we go. All the flashes removed. Onto smoothing it. Well, removing the mold lines. Just compare it. Good. Okay. Yep. That's a good fit. That will be looks like a super glue job later. Yeah. For sure. That's a super glue after it's painted. Let us now fix up the seams and the lines along the side very carefully. Oh, this angry man's gonna look so good when he's done. Like so. Sharpen up the inside detail because that will be seen from the back. Models do get seen from the back, so it's worth doing a good job at least on the visible areas. Nice and carefully. Yeah. Okay. So his little loincloth is ready. I should do a slight drill on this. Not so much for pinning, but just to use the paper clip to hold him in place. Hold him in place for painting. There we go. And then, yeah. There we go. There. So now I have something to hold the little piece. Perfect. So, okay. So we have body. Here is loincloth. Let's get his arm. Yeah, one thing I might not use is his head. Keyword is might. I don't know. I usually want to have my Marine's helmet, but it does have a very dramatic screaming pose. So I might use his head. Keyword is might. I need to soul search upon that. Yeah. Thankfully, he's got a separate shoulder, so this is going to get covered up later. And this post. What else? Oh, look at that. Power fists. Cool. Now for the sanding. Sanding the what's important and not sanding off any details. Very light pressure. Light to no pressure. Let the sanding grit do the work, not your pressure on the sanding grit. Okay. All right. Any seams to deal with? Right, there was one. Dealt with. Very small one here. Very, very carefully. We don't want to sand any detail away. There we go. All right. Arm done. Now for his power of his fingers is all down. This runner here. Blah. Let's just get that flash off with the knife. Just scrape along the edges. Might have some bits to snip off still. The post. Oh, well, that went my knife off the table. Where did it go? Give me. Come back. Meh. Ah, smack the camera for good luck. Okay. Let's see. Goes in like this. So that means I have to trim down that little post of mounting there. Let's use my finer nipper to reach in there. Yeah, there we go. That's what I needed. Okay. Carefully sand and file down around that detail spot. Right around. Let's see, is that all of it? Looks about right. Yeah, that definitely looks about right. Okay, so to glue it here, because there's not much space to pin, I'm just going to lightly drill in some slightly shallow hole here just to rough it up for the super glue to take hold on both sides. Yeah, so it's not a fully smooth surface. Okay. Get the super glue. Just the tiniest little spot of it. It's plenty. Get your fingers in. Bam. It's about right. There, look at that power fist. Okay, close the super glue first. For any other lines to deal with. Now it's together. Just sharpen up some of these edges. Yeah, okay. Recheck around the pipes, these tight corners of the pipes. Make it nice and smooth. No molding defects allowed. There, okay. There we go. And then, let's see, does this fit in any... Oh, look at that. He's going, bah! That looks about right for the picture. And that's a nice stretched pose. That is pretty good. Yep, looks like the alignment's right. So let's try to do this without a pin, since it has the little post anyway. Oh, right, so, and kick. Yeah, right, so, all right. Close this. Oh, look at the dynamics of this pose already. He's going, whoa! He's coming to punch you in the face. Boop. Very nice. I think I probably get away with the other arm as well, because everything is so stretched and posed out. I can reach my brush around where I need to. So, hello, Dr. Anime here. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to tonight's quick building of very angry guy here in the picture. Gonna build him up, prime him up, and paint up some more of my mini-minis today. Hope you're having a good day or night, or time zone, wherever you are. Let's see. So here's tilting shield. The tilting plate will be separate just because I need to reach behind it to paint things, but let's just retrieve it from the little thing here. Hold on, where do these grenades go? Are these part of his belt? Does he have a... Oh, okay, he has a spot for these two grenades to attach. Okay. Probably attach those later as well, but at least let me clean them up. Ah, smack my head against the camera again. Let's just carefully snippy snip this tilting shield. Smoothing out the back. Note to self, wet wipe this entire build zone down when finished. There's a lot of resin here. Very carefully. Yeah, very carefully. Sharp, crisp lines, please. Straight around. Yes. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be my Death Company captain. He's going to be the very angry boy who explodes when he dies. And Tony has no way to suddenly revive to explode again after the fact. That would be stupid. That would be... Who would let that happen in the rules? Yeah. No one. That would be broken even. it would be very stupid if such a thing could happen where when this guy dies in melee, he does mortal wounds to the target, and then he revives again on a 2-up, and then proceeds to do those mortal wounds again when he gets killed again. Oh, that's totally not something that could ever happen. You know, let's see. How would this go? Boop. It's gonna go like that. I think maybe it can just get away being mounted already. I can reach around and stuff to stick it. Do make it a little bit shallower. Yeah. Oh, the attachment that would let me do such a bullshittery in it isn't the best attachment for my faction anyway, though. So I'll be nerfing myself for a one-off gimmick. But also a one-off gimmick that would be funny to do. What could go wrong? Let me just very carefully get a little spot of glue in there. There we go. So have recommendations. Mecha build name in ERA 100 RMD series. Listen model kit. Ooh, I will check that in a second. Hold on, where did my tilting shield go? Here it is. I am trying to super glue a thing here. Boom. Like that. Let's see, how does it position? It's slightly tilted. Is it straight on with it? No, it is tight, slightly tilted. Interesting. Okay. Like so. I should probably snip off his shoulder pad just to make sure the shoulder pad will align. 1 second. Let me just snip this. 1, 2. And boop. There. And boop. Oh, okay. Shoulder pad. Oh, wow. The shoulder pad aligns perfectly to fit with it. Nice. Wow. That is an exact touchy fit. But I'll do the shoulder pads. I'll stick it on separately just so I can paint it more easily. Right. Let me see. What is this? I think I know what this is, but let me just do a quick Googly and see. A lizard. 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 Oh, it's the Barzam. It's the Gatling Barzam, is it? It is. Or I guess Sinandru Barzam. It has a very Barzam look with the helmet piece. I guess it's the OG Sinandru maybe. I say it's the red Barzam with Gatling guns. Yep, that's a really nice mech series. If I had space, I'd grab it for sure. Thank you for sharing. It is a lovely kit for sure. Oh, let me trim this very carefully. Just need to really, bring this up. Actually, no, I can actually glue it right now because then whatever I can't reach for painting will not be seen anyway. So, no, I should just glue it right now while it's ready to be glued. So let me just deal with its sanding mold lines, and then it shall be so. Blah, blah. Yeah. I think, yeah, I need to. There's other things I need to do tonight. The scepters I need to recheck. I go retouch my Gravis Captain's paint. My Jump Marines need their non-oil coat and a top coat. I have 4 Assault Marines that have yet to be painted, which it's actually not painted yet, but I think it's time that they actually finally got painted. I'll probably put them into 5th company. Yeah, probably put them into 5th company to go with my captain. Maybe. Maybe I'll do a second company. I don't know. I don't know. YOLO, we'll find out and see. Okay, there we go. Then, what else? Terminators also need some touch-ups on their paint jobs. That's because of post-game little nicks and scratches on the edges of them. I've been noticing a few more of them, and I like to fix it. I like to fix those up. Ooh, okay, let's get this nicely positioned. Yeah, look at that shoulder pad. Yeah, but I'm just gonna airbrush this entire thing black first, or dark. No, I'm gonna airbrush the entire thing dark gray first, and then go from there. There we go. So now we have the other arm to do. There. No, wait, these little grenades. Let me just do this. Let me do these little grenades before I forget, because this is I think this is something where it's such a tiny little thing I'm going to forget it. So let's just do it now. Stick it on to make my painting a little bit harder later, but only a little. And gotta get all that flash removed between the two grenades. But it's only a minor little extra inconvenience in comparison. Go. Careful not to remove anything that's actually detail. And then it's on the model and not missing, pretty much. So very carefully sand down the little mold line on the grenades. Like so. Again, no pressure. Let the file do the sanding, not my strength do the sanding. Very carefully. Let's see. Scrape this a little. We do the little indent here. All right. Then a tiny spot of glue on this spot of his leg for it. Tiniest spot. And then this just goes on. Like so. Bammo. Let's put the glue away. Use my knife to push it down for the glue to set. I guess not the end of the world if this pops off later. I can just fill in the little divot spot with some filler and then it'll be filled in. You never know the difference. There we go. Okay. His grenade packet pouches on. Let's do his arm. So let's start getting resin bits that don't need to be here to the side. Please go to the I have a bin. Actually, I can make use of my bin. Let's just get these little resin spots away. Okay. His other arm now. Snip, snip. Blammo. Okay, let us clean this up. Yeah, okay. Very carefully clean this up. Around the corners. This is I know why it feels like plastic. This is a soft resin. Well, the resin feels softer than other resins I've worked on. That's why I was mistaking it for plastic before. It doesn't need much force or pressure at all to sand down. So do need to be a little careful with it. This ammo clip didn't quite mold in alignment, but I'm sure I can sand it down to align pretty easily, actually. Piss easily, actually. There, nope. I can make it look like that's what the clip was meant to be. Right, okay. Looks like I need the knife now to very carefully scrape down the mold linings. Right here. Whoop, back. There we go. Smooth the arm out. And the spot on the gun. Let's see, is that part of the gun? Might be. No, needs to be smooth. Okay, very carefully smooth that round spot down. Use the knife. Re-scrape it. There. Very carefully. So if I'm going very soft, it's just that I am very closely looking at this right now to ensure I get this correct and I don't oversand it. Okay. Now here's the hard part. The front of the barrel wasn't that well aligned when it was molded. So let's just go with what I've got with it and just try to even it out through sanding first. Actually, I can't like remold it or anything or reposition it. This is solid resin. It doesn't work like that. I can try to just sand it to make it fit. Also, hello raiders, 1 second. Welcome in. Oh, Zeke! Hello, Zeke. Thank you for the raid, by the way. Let me give you a shout out. Hold on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let me, What were you doing? Let's get a shout out to you. Zeke. The Human. Boop. Hey, you're playing Hell Is Us. Ooh, that's interesting. That sounds cool. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you for your community over and trusting them with me. I'm Coleman, the Plumber VTuber. I do plastic model kits, resin kits, wife kits, and everything. Oh, wow. Advert starting soon. Let me just snooze that. Yeah, do a lot of model kits, building, painting, a little bit of art here and there. And, yeah, right now I'm building this very angry boy. A recast of this very angry boy, and so I am already struggling with slight mold slip on his gun. So I'm seeing about very carefully sanding away the mold slip and re-sculpting the shape with what I've got here. So far it's working. Kira's so far it's working. We'll find out. Otherwise I can just snip the hand off and replace it with a different gun outright if need be. This was a fraction of the price of what it would normally be. So it's not that big of a deal to me. Although I would be pissed if it arrived like that and it was an OG one. So yeah, let's just see. It's just gotta look good enough from a distance, and we can call that good. Yeah, welcome, welcome. Also, I know streaming's tiring and stuff, so if you need to raid and run, feel free to. And yeah, thank you for bringing your peeps on over. Yeah, this is a cool model when I saw it. It's really dynamically posed as well. Also, even though it's a Horus Heresy Firstborn model, its size and scale, because he's apparently a former Thunder Warrior, he's in scale and size with current day Primaris Marines. So I was like, oh shit, he's going to match straight into my army. So he's going to become one of my Death Company captains. So he's going to be running alongside my chaplain here. This is one of my previously painted up models. So these two are going to be a team together. Hopefully, maybe. We'll see how I'll do the army points. I don't know how I'm going to put him in the army. I just know there's a funny trick I can do with him. And he's just a fucking cool model, and that's how I want to make him. And I would not pay the obnoxious official resin prices for him if you can even get him. Another thing also, you can't. I think he was out of stock last I looked as well. So it's like you can't even grab him if you wanted him. So it's like, okay, recast it is. Plus, I don't think he even has rules in. I don't think he even has rules in current day 40k or even 30k, because he is a pre-Primarch reunited, a character from before the Primarchs are even reunited in the first place. So he's part of prequel story. I was like, yeah, I doubt he has rules. But yeah, there being a recast, obviously needs some extra work on for like cleaning up mold line details here and there, but honestly, the mold lines I have to deal with this have been better than mold lines I've had to deal with on official GW products even, so not that big of a deal, honestly. Although I'm doing a little bit more, about making him look nicer just because he's going to be one of my frontline characters leading my army. So, he needs to look spick and span. He's got to have the look for sure. And wow, this arm had a major mold slip actually. Let's see if I can't solve it ever so slightly. Probably also this is facing down inwards, so you won't see this mold slip as easily, but I do want to try to fix it in case you do get an angle, like one weird angle which actually shows the slip. But so far, only 2 pieces with a mold slip amongst all the pieces in this mini, and there's a recast. Not bad at all. With all the details themselves still nice and crisp. There we go. Let me just round that out a bit. There. Get a knife. Scrape this down to be sure. Next year we get back more 40k before you touched it. Ooh, nice. Which army would you be considering, my good sir? I played Blood Angels, by the way. FYI, in case those are curious, I'm a Blood Angels player, and I dabble in the other Space Marine factions here and there, but mostly Blood Angels. Blood Angels is mostly my jam. Let me see. Does that make the arm look too thin? It might. See, how would it look in the posing? Let's see. This poses a bit like that. I feel like this may need a little bit of a fill. So let me grab my putty. I got some two-part putty somewhere here. Oh, sort of nearby-ish. Putty? Where's my putty at? Where's my putty at? No, seriously, where's my putty at? Putty here. Uno momento as I rummage for my putty in my two boxes. Hmm. Interesting. Is it not right here? It might just be right here. Yeah, we got my putty. Got some two-part epoxy that's a little bit dusty, but yeah, good enough. Let's grab a little bit and use it to bulk up that arm ever so slightly. Just grab a little. There. Yo, Sheila, welcome. How you doing? Sheila, I'm building this very angry guy from Horus Heresy. I got a recast of him. And he's got such a nice dynamic pose. Like, wah! Yeah, apparently what's his name again? He's a special Horus Heresy character. Let me see, where was it? Oh, ad break might have started. If you can still hear me, Sheila. And no, I'll explain after the end of it. What's his name? I just had his name here. He's gone now. Oh, Endraed Har. He was a World Eater's Black Shield from before they reunited with Angron. Apparently, for some reason, Malkador split off some people from World Eaters for undercover missions or so on. Bye, honey! Aha! Bye, honey! Aha! Okay, so let me just say, ha 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 ha. We'll resume when ad break ends. Okay, bear with us, everybody. Ad break is on, so just about 2 more minutes. If you can hear me, I'll just anyone who can still hear me, I'm just gonna mulch this two-part epoxy putty together first, just for that, in prep for that arm. And yeah, also I'll actually use this moment to hydrate. Get some water. There we go. Yeah, this is more than enough I'll need. I just need a small little bit sticking. Oh, you gonna put back for that? Be back in a bit. Catch in a bit, Shayla. There we go. You just very carefully down. You just very, very small bit here to just squish in. And just rebulk that arm out a bit. If you would please stick. You're not sticking. Yeah, there we go. There. Jam that in a bit. Nice and carefully, just squish it in. I'll get a bit more talkative once the ad break ends, in case anyone's still here. There we go. Okay, welcome back from the advertisements, everybody. I'm just a little bit of putty I had. I'm just squishing it down here first, just to fill out this arm a bit. Where's my putty tool? Where's my sculpting tool at? Here. So just pushing it down first, just to be in a general shape. To refill that little part of the arm. So this arm will have to stay separate for sure until it dries, so I can more easily sand this putty down later, tomorrow. Right, that's the risk you have to deal with sometimes when you have resin figures like this. You gotta resculpt the bad part. There we go. Just using this metal sculpting tool and keeping it damp to make sure it doesn't stick to the putty. Just smoothing this down into it. There. There we go. Now from the side, it doesn't look like it's indented inwards. It's got like its full arm here now. So let me just blend that into that joint here. Like so. Okay, I guess in this case I'll leave this alone to dry as is, and I can resand it and round it out as needed. Can I get away with sticking this on the body yet? No, I don't think so. No, it's gonna be too awkward to reach it around and stuff to do it. So, okay, this arm will not be going on this guy tonight. But almost everything else is going to be on him for sure. I can probably get a shoulder plate. I'm getting a shoulder pad on. That's not gonna disrupt anything. Let's just do that. I can still paint them separately, no problem. Here we go. Sand that nice and flat. Whoop. Go back. Flatten it. There. So now that would just glue on like this. Perfect alignment. So might as well just stick it on now. Stick it. There we go. And stick it. Like so. Is it aligned? I hope so. There. Okay, close my super glue. Test the fit. Fit looks good. Might need a slight bit of putty to fill this shoulder in, but fit looks good. Food's in the oven. Who's the angry Swiss cheese boy? This is, how do I say it? Endryad Har. He is a World Eaters sergeant who was taken by Malkador with a few others to act as a kill team before they reunited with Angron. So he never got the butcher's nails in his head. And apparently they just he pretty much operated as a black shield with a small team on his own. And he was known for being still very angry and killing anyone who didn't follow his orders for his jobs, for his missions he was given. And yeah, apparently after the whole Horus Heresy thing happened, he has since been working solo with random other traitor, still loyalist people from the traitor factions to try to just attack chaos and attack Heresy wherever he finds it. And it seems because that's the thing. He, even though he's a Horus Heresy Marine, he is Primaris scaled before Primaris were a thing. So apparently as well, he's special in that for some reason he's a Thunder Warrior that went through the Astartes program. I think so. I think a Thunder Warrior that's still being initiated at the time when the Emperor decided, nope, we don't need him anymore. Says, you know what? Let's stick him through the Astartes thing, see what happens. And so he's an Astartes Thunder Warrior from the World Eaters, without the Butcher's Nails. And apparently he's been active since the Horus Heresy, just taking on war bands as he finds them and grabbing just random misfits as he goes around. And yeah, that's what I know about him. But I just saw him first. It's like, oh shit, super, very dynamic pose, screaming angry guy running forward with a power fist and a Volkite pistol. But for my case, it's gonna be a Inferno pistol because I'm gonna use him as a Death Company captain on foot. Haha. Endrid Ha. There we go. That is his name. So he's like, he is prequel, he's pre 30K effectively. And it was certainly interesting. Oh, there's that fucking cool model that is perfect for my Death Company captain on foot. And so that's what he's gonna be. I think I thought I'd give him like a cape to match the current Primaris things, but I think no. He's so heavily battle damaged, running, screaming. He don't got time for no cape. He's just going in as is. What I will do is I'm going to try to find alternate ways to paint the black on him to just make the black look better than just black. I'll figure something out for that. Otherwise, yeah, he's a very fucking cool Marine that I was not going to pay hundreds of dollars for the official cast of. I think he was sold out before last I checked. Let me see. Even GW models resin. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. The Riven Hound. He's US $58. And he's temporarily out of stock, and he's online only, so you can't even get him if you wanted him. So, you know, going a certain recast route for this lovely lad, perfectly on point. So, yeah. And also, for recast, apart from some flash and that mold slip on this pistol hand, which needs this little putty filling to really make it look nice again, the rest of this, wait, look at that. All that detail was preserved in their recast. This is a very good recast. Only some light mold lines. As I was saying earlier, this thing has less mold lines than some official GW products have, even in their plastic range. Especially the Gravis Marines, who have massive mold lines on their legs. It's like, oh shit, this has been pretty much literally effortless until this one part on the arm where the arm had a mold slip between the two halves. But I mean, look, it's just a tiny bit of putty I've stuck on here. It looks fine now. Just gotta let that putty dry so I can smooth it slightly more, and then we're good. Even the Volkite pistol, which was not quite aligned right, a little bit more sanding on it, and it's going to look like it was meant to be the shape. And then this is going to be the Inferno pistol that the Death Company captain is allowed to have. So it's like Volkite Inferno pistol, heat bullshittery anyway. You know, it's a sci-fi weapon, doesn't it look like? Yeah, you can see like the under layer of the shoulder armor, and has all these bonding studs to show his arm's been heavily repaired over and over again. So it's like, oh yes, I do love me I do love me a stud, if you know what I mean. I love many studs all at once. Multiple studs on one man, even. Ooh, actually, hold on. Ooh. Do I want the... Ooh, hold on. Do I want the pistol... The arm does fit with the pistol facing upwards. But that does block his face. Having the pistol arm slide downwards keeps the very aggressive, angry face screaming. Of course, then I have to decide, do I want to... Actually, let's see. Since we're at this point now, how good is the molding on the face? Let's see. Focus. Focus. Okay, it does want to change the focus. Anyway, okay, from here. Okay, the face is actually pretty well molded. So I thought, would I give him a... Should I give him a helmeted head? Because I got plenty of helmeted heads. But also, he's a very screamy, angry guy. Maybe he will be maybe he'll have no helmet. Maybe I'll give in and have him. I shall actively choose to have him without a helmet, just to match his screaming, just going bah. Ooh, actually no. Do I have? I have another head I could use. I have the Death Watch Captain head. Ooh, would that? Hmm. Hmm. Shit, where is it? Oh, let me see my upgrade part sets. Wait. Hey, Sheila. Hello. Look at it's Miku. It's fucking Miku. It's the Zaku onesie Miku. She stares and watches me at all times now. Look at that. She stares into your soul. She's here to stick you with a leak. Yeah. This thing just always stares. This forever stares at me. And again, head pats for good luck. Yeah, she remains adorable. Yes, indeed. Adorable to the end. Hold on, let me check my Boxo spare parts of Space Marines. I might have a fancy head for him that might be well worth using. That is if it's in this box and not still on the sprue. I might have kept it on the sprue just because it was fancy. Let me take a quick look-see look. No, it might be on the in the box sprue. Let me see if I can't grab that. Because I have the Death Watch helmet that has like a metallic plume at the top that might be. Let me think. Wait, no, this is Death. Okay, now this is where I have to soul search a bit between old Death Company where they were very ornate for their final charge versus new Death Company where they're just regular guys. How ornate do I want to be? And I do like the screaming head. Ooh, shit. I might I might go for the screaming head. Seriously might. Hold on, let me just get these other resin bits into my bin. I might go with the screaming head. I might do it. Let me snip it off first and see. I have to find the other helmet later for this to fully determine the side. But this guy as is already like he is really fucking cool. There we go. Let's just sand down the roundness of this. Yep. He's got some slight mold line, so again, lightly sand, no pressure. Only use the weight of the file itself. And then you'll never over sand. Well, you know, you can still over sand, but it's much harder to. He's got slight mold line going through his face. Okay. Let's see. His face might not be as intact as I thought it was. Wait a second. No, wait. It might still be good. That's not a scar on his face. That is a mold line going diagonally through. Let me see. Can I? First, let's see. Can I even recover this face? Because it's got a bit of a mutant, slightly warped head. Looks like there's a slight mold slip in the head sculpt here. Yeah, Fortunately, this case of these deals are way too small for me to try to solve a fix. His face does look. Uh-oh. A bit borderline ahead. Give me 1 second. Let me go get my other box with the upgrade sprues and see if I have the other head I was thinking of. Okay, I'm back. So, camera, why are you not adjusting correctly? There we go. There. So I've got my Deathwatch Combat Patrol, the old one before they legended it, because I still have a very valuable upgrade sprue in this set. What's inside there? Oh, that's the instruction manuals. Let me see. Where's my upgrade sprues at? Here we go. I have this helmet with the plume at the top for my upgrade set. Also have the this helmet with a sensor and antenna. I think those might be a good option here. Yeah. So let's try out the plume helmet and see how it looks. Snip. Snip. Very careful, fire down. There we go. Let's see. Oh, the plume kinda gets caught in the thing. Actually, Here's the thing. His head looks very small in comparison to this. Let's see. Does it look good? Does it look good for this in particular? The neck joint tries to center here. Ah, the back plume of it hits the back of his gorget. But ruler cool wise. Yeah. Head was raised ever so slight. I know, wait. Maybe if the head was raised with some blue tack. Let's see, blue tack, blue tack, blue tack. Where's my blue tack at? Here's a small bit. If the head was ever so slightly raised with a spacer first. Let's see. Like so. Hmm. 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 I don't know. Honestly, the head feels plain compared to the rest of the body, though. Yeah. Hmm. Maybe this head. Maybe this was not meant to be with this head. I could check. Oh, my Horus Hel. I have some Horus Heresy Marines, but the runners are not nearby, though. I'll have to check that later. I don't know, maybe. Hmm. Let me put this head back in and see. See how this looks with this head. Oh, the hell does this go in? Oh, okay. So that's not fitting exactly in. I'll let me sand down this mounting. Because this whole thing cupcakes into it, it seems. Let's try this again. Okay, it looks like that fits like that. Hmm. Oh, the bear, this screaming bear head actually looks better than the helmets. So let me see if I can't very carefully straighten out parts of its details here. Thankfully, because I'm going to do this as a Death Company guy, I'm probably going to do his eyes, like bloodshot red or something, or pitch black with red tears. Just show you like he's super red raging, black raging and stuff. So I'm sure probably re-Google like what do the black rage blood angels look like? How do their how does their complexion change when they fall to it? Yeah, because this head did have a mold slip for sure. It's, whether I can recover from it in any way. Hmm. Let's see. How about let's check my little container again. Do I have any other bear heads that have some details on them? Did I actually even bother cutting the bear heads out? That's another question. Let's just grab this easy build head first as a comparison for it. Just to see if the heads are right. That's the easy build head, so I can just snip off the little peg at the bottom. That's not going to be useful for me. Okay. Stick. Okay, so the Primaris head does look correctly sized. It's down to just getting a head in. That looks nice. Let's see. Ooh, hold on. I have the Blood Angels upgrade sprue. For my combat patrol, Blood Angels upgrade sprue. Basically, I'll tell this. Keep it simple, stupid. Do I have a Death Company? This should have Death Company head in the upgrade sprue. Oh, it does. It has a few. Let's just see. Any of these look cool? Kinda. Actually, one looks pretty close to his head, even. Okay, let me Do I want that? Actually, hold on. I'm looking at heads. Take that any which way you like. Hmm. Hmm. Do I have the old upgrades through as well? No. No, yes, I do. No, I don't. Ah, I don't have the old upgrades through. I only have the new one. Hmm. Or not? Maybe instead of getting held up on just the head, let's just continue. The head I can do. I can always stick the head on later. It's fine. Let's just continue with what I have right now, which is finish sanding up this gun, and then get the backpack off, and then we start painting some minis. I can always I can handle the head later. Yeah, don't get distracted. I had a goal of fixing up the paint on some of my minis. That's what I will do. Let me just get this guy as ready as he can be for painting and otherwise. Just finding where the rest of the mold slip was on that gun. Dealing with it. Spot of details there. And now his backpack. So these heads are put to the side here first for referencing later. Take two base to the side. So it's just his pinned up loincloth here. His arm. Let's just get all this resin stuff gathered up here to get to my bin in a second. Okay, now let's free his backpack. Whoop. Careful. There. Into the bin. And now to very carefully, with my finer nippers, because again, as mentioned before, this is actually a soft resin, which I almost mistook for plastic until I confirmed it wasn't plastic. So it's not going to be it's not that hard on my nicer nippers, well, finer nippers at least. Okay. Grab the half round and carefully sand down these surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very carefully around the sides. Lightly sand away the mold line. Very lightly. Yep. Ooh, okay. More spots for the knife. Reach it in and through. Wiggle that knife in around. Come on. There we go. Nice. The other mold line here. There we go. And then, oh my god, I have to deal with flash and mold line along the what you call it? Warp inbound thing. It's blanking my mind right now. Rosarius. Very carefully. Up a tippet hilly. Oh, it's got lovely Ivan Polka. We're not going to we're not going to make any mention about the whole World Eaters motif on the inside of Rosarius. No, those are skull teeth. Yeah. Those are skull teeth of blood angels. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There we go. So that's his backpack. Yep, yep, yep. And let's see, like that. Aha. There we go. Look at this angry runny lad without a head. With this piece. And let me see. Can I where's my sanding sponge? Can my sponge try to equalize a bit? No, because his head looks like he's got a slight lopsided jaw to it, which maybe that might be okay for. Yeah. I'm not sure about it. Although this does have this little platform where it makes it flush with the armor. Let me see. Hold on. Combat Patrol. Do I have some bear head, Primaris bear heads in here? That might be of use. It's the Inceptors runner. What else do I have in here? Oh, I've got a few heads in here that might be useful. Let's see. Let me grab out some. We have a Screamy head. Is that a Screaming head? Yes, that is. I feel like we need a yelly Screamy head for sure for this. For the effect. For the proper effect. What else do I have I got in this runner set? Not much else, honestly, huh? Alright. Okay, let's see how this head looks. So he's going, He's bald and brave, maybe foolish. Need some blue tack to space it out and even it up a bit. Stick that in. Stick. Stick, please. Stick, please. The fuck? I wiped down all the resin already. Why do you not stick? Stop. Stop sticking to the tool and stick to the resin. There we go. A little bit of a spacey boost. For this to temporarily stick in first just to see how it looks. Let's see. Hmm. His head still. Hmm. I think he needs a smaller head. He needs a firstborn-sized head. Maybe I just gotta commit with the head he has. Let's see. Holding it off screen for a bit just to very closely look at this. Very closely look at it. Hmm. Trying to see how do I deal with this mold slip on his right side of his face. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Do I have the firstborn headsets anywhere here? Let me look. Let me see. Necrons. That's an extra. Whoopsie. I don't like how that's sliding behind me suddenly. That's the Eradicator Runner. What are these? That's the old Terminator Runner. Those are Skitaris. This is a... Don't know what that is. Each. Let me see. What? Reaching. Nope, that's my foam. In this bag. Nope. How about this bag? That's a Primaris Marine. That is a... What are you? Oh, and then don't... Wait. I have an Indomitus Captain? No, I have the Indomitus Captain. I completely forgot I had that. Oh shit. Let me get him out. That's neck one, neck one, neck one, neck one. Something else. Yeah, I'm not finding my Horus Heresy one anywhere nearby. Because I have to look for those later. Oh well. Okay, I looked. I tried to look. Yeah, I completely forgot I had gotten the Indomitus Captain. Huh. Well then. I'll put you here to remind me to make you later, because I've been wanting to make the Indomitus Captain to run with Blade Guard. Okay, no, that's no. You go over here first and see. Lamo. But yeah, So I guess head will be penned. Head is pending just because the one that came as recast has a major mold slip and the face just looks lopsided and wrong because of that, and I don't have the tools or skills to resculpt the face of this scale, and my Primaris heads all look just too big for it. So head will be for later. Where? What's this? Oh, that was a blue attack. So we can do the rest of the body first. Hello, Van Zig. What is this? He's a great model. He should be awarded. He has a Legion icon on his backpack. Don't worry about those teeth. Don't worry about those teeth. It's fancy iconography. That's all. Yeah, don't worry about it. Let's see. Well, speaking of that, do I want to change the backpack now? Do I want to change it to a Tacticus backpack? Do I have a spare? Actually, I might not even have a spare Tacticus backpack. And it's probably not going to match. So he's gonna have his. He's gonna have his Death Company captain in relic armor. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, he's gonna be a fancy Death Company captain. Okay, so these pieces are confirmed. Head I'll figure out later. Because I have some Horus Heresy Firstborn model sets of the Space Marines, Legionnaires. So I can probably find a tiny head sized Marine head thrown to this guy, or a helmet even. Maybe he'll get a beaky helmet. You know, just the good old. Let's get all the references. Let's get the beaky helmet and stuff going. Or maybe a Mark 8 helmet. Basically, he's gonna be my death. He's my Death Company guy for sure. So let me just quickly drill for pinning purposes, so that I can just hold it easily. Although I had to let the putty on this arm dry first while I paint the arm. Shit. Yep. Okay, so the whole thing might have to wait till the arm putty's dried and standard properly, just so I can do it in one go. Just so I have like the same paint application on everything from the same batch. Oh, that's how it goes sometimes with modeling. So let me quickly pin these pieces. Then I'm going to put them to the side, and I'll just start working on the other paintings I want to do tonight instead. And thankfully, good old paper clips always work in a jiffy for acting as pins to hold things. So that there, 1, 2, 3, and then his big body, I'm just going to pin through his foot. That's the simplest thing to do. Then I'll clean up all the resin bits into my bin. And then we're going to start touching up the paint on my other Space Marines for the rest of the night. Yeah. There we go. Nice, solid, deep pin in the leg. Stick it like so. There. Okay. Yeah, also welcome, by the way. Yep. Don't worry about the backpack. I have plans. I'm doing what about scale this resin dust into my bin now. Get in the bin. And then after that, yeah. Tissue. Cleaner. Why did I spray cleaner onto a piece of paper? Oh well, I'm gonna have a damp white backing. Although this white backing for my exposure has not been white for a long time now. It's been heavily discolored. We just dab up resin bits and bobs with this. But you know, with the rest of the dampness on my tissue of this degreasing cleaner, you just get a quick extra wipe down to be absolutely sure I got all your mold release off and stuff. Just be absolutely sure. Especially here in the neck region where I'm going to have to glue the neck in. There we go. The fact that the glue and stuff has been sticking already means it's probably been okay. But far too much Sriracha just sourcing your breakfast, now you're paying the price. Uh-oh. We're going to have... Is there going to be the epic adventure to the ladies' room? I mean, if there is, you could, as I've said in other people's streams, uh, record it for tier 3 ASMR Sarantia source results. Yeah, yeah, tier 3 reward Sarantia source um comeuppance ASMR. Yeah, monetize your runs and your pains. There we go. Okay, so all right, so these are going to dry, and then pretty much not have anything further done to them until this little bit of putty dries by tomorrow. Let's see. So yeah, now it is time to start. Let's clean up some of my things I've been taking out first right now. And then I'm going to start taking out my minis that need their paint touch-ups done. Yeah, I think so. So, combat patrol box away. Yeah, hashtag monetizations. I assure you, someone's going to be into that. Including me. Get that in. There we go. Put to the side. Put this box to the side. Put that to the side. Miku, you carefully go over there. Put that box to the side. Put that to the side. Oh, jeez. I take out just a few boxes to reach for something, and now my room is a complete, utter disaster zone. Alright, let us proceed to get the minis out that need to have their little bits and bobs touched up. So, definitely these jump marines. Ooh. There we go. I think, did my jump captain need a touch up? I don't remember. Let's see. You need a small touch up on your red. A box. That's the vehicle box. The other vehicle box. Okay. The box I need right at the bottom, most likely. Give. Well, two go. You got 5% hot sauces can hand over. Tongue just fine. Your internal organ had a union protest. Oopsie poopsie. You flew too close to the sun. But was it worth it? Most likely. There we go. Getting everything that needs to have their paint touched up on. I think that's that. I think this is a good selection to touch up on tonight. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of cleanup to do after stream. Let's see. Looks like, oh wow, stream literally just hit the 2-hour mark. So yeah, got these guys to work on. Like here, yeah, the back of his cloak, you can see some of the red showing through. So some of his cloak's gone ever so slightly scratched as I've been playing with him over the, I think, over a year now. I've been using this guy. So pretty good before you start having some paint scratches here and there. So touch up his cloak a bit. Maybe touch up any other small parts of him. Although the rest of his paint's kind of good already, though. Let's see. These jump marines need the non-oil coat for sure. This guy, I think, I have not top coated him yet, so he needs to have this top coat applied. What else? I forgot to paint this guy's book. My Terminator Librarian's book is not painted, so I need to fix that up. I have top coated him. I remember doing that. My Tech Marine has been a base color this whole time, so need to Tech Marine him up a bit. And then Jump Captain has a few paint spots, which I don't know what. Oh, also, yeah, Jump Captain, actually, also, I have not glued his backpack on. It's been blue tacked pretty securely this whole time, so touch of the paint on his backpack and then actually glue it to him versus it being blue tacked on. So let's just get this blue tack off. There we go. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the last hour of the stream, before we then head to find somebody lovely to raid into. So, got my painting. So let's put this image away. There we go. Got my paint palette. Let's get a little bit of liquidation to the palette. There we go. Now hydrating myself as well. Blam. And now, paint. Let's go with things I want to fix first. So that's going to be the Captain's Cloak, which means purple paint, because I gave him a purple cloak, of which, the real question is, what fucking color purple did I use? I think it was this one, was it? Was it the Game Air purple? Might have been a Tyranid purple, honestly, but worst cases, I just retouch it up again after. Also, this might be a good time to try to test this out, see if I can't try to blend in, because it's the race parts that got scratched. Maybe this lighter purple can help add a highlight to it. Ooh, wow, okay, yeah, so this this purple I think is kind of a little bit on the light side for sure. You know, let's just use it first to fill in the spots, and then I can reblend it in. If not, I just go with a darker purple after the fact and just fully cover it again. So let's go. This is an air paint already, and I've thinned my brush down, so let's just try it out here. Along the raised edges, and try to like carefully blend it in to cover up the little paint scratches I got. Very carefully. I'm using a size. What's okay? This is the 00 brush. This is just about because it has a nice thin point for me to work this into it. And we'll just see how this goes. A bit of water, a bit of the air paint, so it's nice and thin. To keep reloading it because the tip holds so little paint. There we go. Just edging this along the top edge ridges of the cloak where it'd be more highlighted. Like so. Nice. Nice and carefully. Just straight to the edge. Like so. It's a bit messy right now, but it will clean up later once I get it where it needs to be. Reach in here, just brush it a little bit there. A little bit more. Whoops. All right, I can fix it later. I can reblend it black down to darker parts of the recessed areas. So I've wasted on 46 seconds, so oh well, that's how it's gonna go. Can't do much about that. If you want to skip the ads, then feel free to subscribe, and any little bit helps. Thank you kindly. Okay. I believe, was it one of these purples? Should be the darker one, as I recall. It's going to be a purple that's open, which means it's going to be this Xerius purple. Actually, no, I opened this one as well. Nagaroth Knight. Let's try it. Shake, shake. Down the brush. Dollop a little bit out. To the palette. Okay. Let's get this into the recesses and touch up the paint where it's not meant to be. While he's straighten out the lines here. Like so. Nice and carefully. Like so there. Very carefully. Putting along the inside edge. Also, I didn't put your backpack vents gunmetal. Oh shit! Well now I got another thing to touch up. All my Marines, the little bottom vents of their backpack are all gunmetal. I have not done it from this guy. Time to fix that. Let's just finish touching this up a bit. Okay. Rush a bit. Grab some light purple again. For these top edges of his cape thing. Very carefully edge that down. Stop a little bit more. There. And some of his little belts needs to be touched up too. Okay. 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 I guess with this I can highlight the bottom edge of the cape as well. Alright. Clean that up. So I need the Rhinox hide. I know it's the color I used for all the straps on my Space Marines usually. Here it is. Shaky shake the Rhinox hide. Dot. Small bit. There we go. And carefully reapply it here on his belt. Okay. Good. All right. That's hide done. So now I need the gunmetal. Just a spot of gunmetal into the palette. Very careful, a little dollop of it. And make these vents the gunmetal. There we go. Carefully apply it. All angles and sides. There we go. There. Okay. Now this backpack matches the rest of Space Marines. Give them a slight highlight. Clean off the brush. Let's blend that highlight in a bit more now. I'm going to do that with a mix of the two colors and then some of the, what do you call it? Glazing medium. So I'm going to glaze medium down here. Grab a little bit of the dark purple for the glaze. And a little bit of this light purple for the glaze. Mix it together. And this glaze is going to use to blend between the two. Mostly along the top edge, but just going to act as the borderline between these colors. Just to really finalize it together. There. So now it looks like when it dries, it should be mostly blended. Look like slightly highlights on the tips of the cape. Then it goes darker again in the recesses. Oh yeah, okay. Now my Gravis Captain has his finished paint coat, finally. So he will go off to the side. Hopefully he's going to dry for tomorrow. No, when am I showing 40k? Thursday. Hopefully he's going to be dry for Thursday. All right, now, next up, what was I doing? Your purity seals here need to be finished up. Your whole golden amulet thing needs to be done. Okay, so you have some golden details left to do still. Purity seals, some golden details. And then your jump pack needs to be glued on. Oh yeah, your red also needs a little touch up. So, okay. Next, working on the next captain now. Let's get some of the Toothing Coats Emperor Red. The spot of it. Let's go to my other brush. Damp it. Thin down the red a little bit. And fix up the spot here. Same for this spot here. I think I might as well just use this to blend an edge highlight in. While I'm on the topic of it. There we go. Put that down. Your purity seal here needs a little bit more red to it. Yep. Purity seal needs a bit more. And these little tassels. Okay. Is there any other red I need to touch first? Well, I have my red out. Let's see. Tiny spot here. Tiny spot there. Smack the camera for good luck. Let me quickly dust off this model with my clean brush. Yes, I know Techmarine is usually orange, but he does get some red. So while the red is here, let's just apply it where it needs to go. It's going to be his shoulder pad for sure. Nice and carefully. There we go. And then there's the Tech Marines. Go. How do they do their colorings? Let me see. Tech Marine colors. Hmm. He also said blah 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 blah. Tech Marine that chose for the risk of space marines. The treasure of the field of blah blah. I want the colors. I want the colors. How do they do their colorings? Big stone sauce fried chicken out of ketchup, sriracha, QP mayo, and good TM sauce. Which feel like pretty well. Every once in a while, a little bit of chili pepper gets lodged in. Haha! Sudden explosion, more than you'd prefer. Sounds like the sudden explosion of ASMR content, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so let's see. Blah 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 blah. Note above. Tech Marine colors. Let me search that. Tech Marine color scheme. How much of this is chapter color? How much of this is thing? Well, cool. It's red, black for mechanics. Also seen right shoulder pad and right knee pad painted. Right shoulder pad, right knee pad is painted red. Interesting. But I already have red Space Marines. So I just do it. I just do it in my color scheme, I think. Yeah, it's just red and black, they say to do it. Oh. Oh, how interesting. Oh, okay. So Alright. Alright, that's gonna be easier than I thought it would be. So base red, let us now just my Reddit. Aha. Blah blah blah. Just slather the red paint all over. I'll reach in for the silver parts later. Nice. Oh shit, this'll be easy. Why have I put you off for so long? Also, you got mechanical arms and stuff, which makes it even easier. Blah 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 blah. Slide down, get up that tooth and coats, and slather all over. You just grab that. Nice. A lot of this is going to be mechanical colors anyway, after the fact. All this is going to be good. I haven't painted this guy powers. I painted him in a while just because I rarely actually take him in battle. I don't usually run that many vehicles to warrant bringing Tech Marine in. But that might change sooner or later. I know, he's just a fucking cool model. And I've had him for a long time, so it's about time that he gets his paint scheme in. Also, there's all the Iron Hands things that might be coming out soon, so, you know, maybe he'll be my Iron Father Phalos or something one day. Never know. Alright, let's get this lovely Emperor Red all over his armor. Very nice. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get along that handle as well. Just use whatever I can of that red to finish up. Yeah, that's nice and bright. There we go. Nice bright red now. Well, it looks brighter on screen than it is in person, but it is still much brighter red than it was before. Okay, so now that the red is used up, let's go back to what I was actually originally fixing, which was some gold. Oh, the little blue on your plasma pistol has to be done. Oopsie, I forgot to do that. Let's get the gigawatt blue out for that. Just squeeze out a little bit. There's a lovely little gigawatt blue from Tooth and Coats. Thin it down to a decent consistency, and now very carefully apply it. There we go. Turn it around. Very carefully reach that color in where it needs to be. Yeah. Again, clean the brush off a bit to then wipe off the spot of blue that was got on the hilt or the holster. There we go. There. Now the plasma pistol has got a nice light blue glow to it. Clean off the brush. Now I need my fine brush and a bit of my gold for that for the knee pad I forgot to do. Retributor armor gold. My favorite. It's a tiny small amount, don't need too much of it. Okay, this laurel on your knee pad I completely forgot to do somehow. carefully. Very carefully. There. Okay, now the lower on the short knee pad is done. That's like his little trinket on his belt here was actually meant to be gold as well, so let's just goldify that with the rest of my gold. I have to reuse my red again to touch up that purity seal, but that's fine. That's just how it goes. Very carefully. There we go. His tiny reliquary is now in gold. And his little mounty chain is. Clean off the brush. I wipe the gold off the red part. Kind of, yes, actually. Not really. Nope, needs a little bit more red to touch it. Boop. Tiniest spot of red. Blap, blap. Retouch there. Okay, clean the brush. Grey. Time for the grey now. Just some regular. That's black. Yeah. Yep. Some model color neutral grey. Stick that down. That goes on the tiny small purity seals. Just to base color it to prepare it for the bone white. Yep. There. Okay, let that dry for a bit. While I let that dry, I'm just going to actually glue the jump pack to the backpack for once, finally. Oh. Spot of red. Touch that up. Touch that up. Okay. While that dries, glue the jump pack on to the guy. For real, for real. For real, for real. Just a spot on the inside. There's plenty. And stick. Okay. So amazing. Those tassels, they're part of the same thing of the tassels going across his chest. Those tassels should be purple. Whoopsie. Just noticed that. And I can fix that. Because I got the purple right here. Drop a small bit of water. Got the purple on. Dousey dousey. Okay. Let's make these tassels purple instead. Reach up behind. Nice and carefully. Up, around the angle. There we go. Okay. Tassel's now purple. That should that the purity seal dried long enough. We now switch to the bone white. And make the purity seal bone white. And call that that. There we go. Thin down the bone white. And very carefully apply it. Yeah. Carefully get the angles. Get around. Reach it in. There. Now set of purity seals. Done. Let's just reinforce these purity seals because they weren't too fully done. There we go. Clean the brush up a bit. Get away that edge here that went over. Nice. If I touch up this purity seal while I'm here. There. Nice. There, okay. That looks like my jump captain now touched up. So, Gravis captain's been touched up. Jump captain is now touched up. Ready to the side to dry. These jump wings actually were touched up already, so I have to just wait for those to dry too now. Yeah, okay. I need to use a dark brown, a leather brown, for my librarian. Let's see. Yeah, I've got this Marion Mate, I guess. Dark brown. I'm going to use that for the librarian's book, which I have not done yet. So let's try this out and see. That looks like a nice brown color to work with. Let's grab you. Load up. This is a model color, so it does need to have slight water thinning to it. Okay. There we go. Nice, nice. Get a good covering on this demon book he has. Carefully. Let's get the coverings going. There. Okay. His book has this next layer on it. He himself, does he need anything else really? No, I pretty much finished him. Oh, the gray on his shoulder pad needs a slight touch. There we go, slight touch up here. Okay. This thing I want to try as well. I have a white ink I can use. Yeah, a white ink. I'm going to try to white ink a spot into his eyes. So, whoop. Okay, that's a bit of a split. There's my superfine brush. There we go. A tiny spot of white ink right there. And then clean the brush off. Dry it. Absorb the excess away. Absorb the excess away. Does that work? Not really. Get a bit more of the white ink on. Straight just to the eye. Yes. Okay, that's all I really want to do. Just slightly highlight his eye white a bit. Uh-oh. I touched the book. But it seems fine. But his his backpack vents I didn't fully cover correctly. Hold on. Yeah, 000. The gunmetal's still active. Bit of liquid. Activate my gunmetal again. Okay. Hold on. Just the edges of his backpack vents were not quite fully done. Also did those in black when I should have done gunmetal, so I am solving that mistake as well. There we go. Same for the other side now. Straight down. There, okay. Nice. That needs to dry for a bit now. But with the gunmetal, I think, because the Mechanicus Tech Marine has gunmetal to him. Let me see. Tech Marines again. Give me some pictures of Tech Marines. Yeah, Oh no, the trim does change. Interesting. Huh. Alright. Alright. So it looks like they match their trim to their company. Looks. Okay. That's fine. Just looking at these Tech Marines still for a little bit. How do they do their colors? Okay. That's going to be interesting to do. Right. Right. Okay. Let me go with the grey that I still have active on my palette. I'll clean off my brush. Where did my tissue go? There's a tissue here. Let's see if I can work with this. Bit of the bone white. Very carefully. Okay. Same for the one on the crotch. Yeah. Let's get that bone white in first. Where else? There's that symbol. It's up here as well. Let's just keep it up. Right around. Ever so carefully. Whoop. On the edge. Yes. Yep. All the tiny edges. Okay. Needs touch up later, but that's fine. Touch ups are to be expected. Okay. Anywhere else? On the back here as well. Very carefully cover that. Okay. Clean the bush. Hmm. Gunmetal. The gunmetal. Grab some of the gunmetal. Have that applied on all these little tiny pipes. Don't know if you can see it too well as I do this. I'll try my best. There we go. Nice. Okay, what else? Here. I guess this whole part can go gunmetal. This is a sort of techie thing. Load up. Right around to the back. Yeah. Surround this edge here. Okay. I'm going to use a bit more gunmetal actually for these little trims. Should around. Very carefully. Like so. What else? Down on the legs. Nice and carefully. There we go. Right around. Same for the other leg. Iron within, iron without, am I right? Right along all this. Rotate. Trying to think, do I want this Tech Marine to be a second company Tech Marine or my first company Tech Marine? Or a fifth company? I don't know. Because he's fancy third party, I might just make him first company just to say like, look how fancy and special he is. He gets the special shit. That's what my temptation is for now. A little bit more. Damp it as well. This lower leg trims. Right along. I can touch up the paint job later. Just get color where it needs to be first. There. Same for this side. All this detail to a space, to a mini that's going to rarely see use. Because I'm based like that. Right, what else? Ah, this goes around the back of the leg. So that brace continues to get the gunmetal. Right around the back of the leg. Hard to reach and see, but it's there. Well, load up. And brush. Okay. Let's see. Arms. He's got robot arms in both arms. I want to do his robot arms in a different color to the trims of his stuff, though. Feels like a better idea. Yeah, that feels like a better idea. Also, here's a gorget. Separate gorget piece. I feel like that should just also be one of the trims that also goes gunmetal. Because it can. Because it looks cool. So let's just do that. Let's gunmetalize the entire gorget. Just get one inside the thing as well because I can. Again, just because I can. Gunmetal gorget. Okay. Clean. Okay, so let's see. I have the dark steel I can use for the mechanics. And my silver as well. Let's put the silver on the chest piece, since all my minions have their silver chest pieces. Let's do that first. Load up. Very carefully apply it. Right around the gorget area. Like so. It's gone over a little bit in areas, but I can come back to fix it later. Just push the paint all the way in where it needs to go. There. See, then the thighs usually go silver as well. So while I'm here, let's just get that going. Reach it around and apply it. Whoop. All the way around there. Short that little thigh plates. That can be red or whatever other color it needs to be. Of course, there's a bunch of trinkets on this thigh to paint around. Very carefully, just get the color where it needs to be. Like so. And then upper arms, there's no upper arm with silver eyes. And then with the shoulder pad part itself. Let's just do that while I'm here. Yep, very carefully. Get the silver on the shoulder pad. Nice and carefully around the angles of it. This can act as the base color for whatever actual shoulder trim color I use later. And now it just needs to be there. Take it around. Dab. Yeah. Okay. Same for this side. Apply all along. And on the inside. Go retouch up the gunmetal as well, but that's just how it goes. Make mistake, fix mistake. Simple as. The edge. Very carefully. Just a happy opportunity, yes indeed. There we go. Silvers. Ooh. Looking really nice already. Just reach these Mechanicus bolt shits on the shoulder as well. I'll come back and fix the red later. Right now it's a case of get the silver where it needs to be. I can carefully handle the red after the fact. Yeah. Zionic, welcome. I'm still live, although about 5 minutes I want to end, I guess, but I've been just very focused on painting this lovely tech marine. How are you doing, Zionic? Welcome, welcome. Good morning to you. I was building a Horus Heresy special character to use as Death Company captain earlier. I need to change its head, I think, because the head was miscasted. Or had a mold slip in the casting, so it doesn't look that good. And then I've been touching up the paint jobs on some of my minis that have been putting off the paint job for quite a while now. That includes fixing my captains as well as starting work on my third-party tech marine. And he's looking quite spiffy and fancy, if I do say so myself, sir. Just getting more colors where they need to be. Yeah, good morning to you, Z. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Yeah, just be very careful with this part, because this is kind of a very delicate silver. Yeah, I'll let you see the character in just a second. I'll let you see the really fancy guy I was making earlier. Let me just get this silver applied. There we go. Okay, clean the brush. So, he's looking so much better already. He needs a lot more work, a lot more paint touch-ups, but I think that will be for another night because, oh boy, am I tired. Yeah, Z. Ugh. Let's grab your pieces back. Where's your gun? Here. Here we go. Except way too long. That's the perfect amount of time to sleep. Boom. Here we go, Z. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this lad. Look at this. Look at this very angry, raging lad here. Look at that amazing dynamic pose and almost flawless recasting quality on the details. This is a recast, and look at all the details. There was only mold slip on the gun and the arm, which is why there's some putty here drying, and on the head, which is why I don't have the head, because the head looks a little lopsided because of that. But the rest of the body looks great. So all you do is just find a firstborn exposed head to use instead, or a firstborn helmet, actually. And then he's good to go. And, yeah, I believe I keep forgetting what his name. I typed his name in earlier. I'll just type it again. Boop. Boop. Paste. Okay, yeah. This is Endrin Har. Get this lore. He was a Thunder Warrior that went through the Astartes program to become a Space Marine, and he was part of the World Eaters, and then Malkador chose him and a few others to go on special kill team missions separate from the World Eaters before they even reunited with Angron in the first place. So he's a World Eater who never got the Butcher's Nails. And it seems since the Horus Heresy, he has since been doing his own little kill teams. He's been an independent kill team guy going around doing everything he can to fight back against Chaos and all the Chaos Space Marines now as a Black Shield. Yeah, somehow they don't explain how, or I think you had to read the book of how he, a Thunder Warrior, went through the Astartes program, but he did. Malkador knew about it and specially selected him and a few others to go on special away missions outside of the chapter. All this before they found Angron. And so he is a loyalist World Eater, Thunder Warrior, because again, he's a firstborn guy, but he is literally, except for his head, he is Primaris scaled in lore. Because he's just that fucking massive. And yeah, he just goes around trying to fight Chaos now. Oh, he goes around trying to fight Chaos, and if anyone ever disagrees on his orders, he immediately executes them. So it's sort of his way or the highway. And I saw for a chance to get a recast of the model. It looks like it has such an amazing dynamic pose. Like, yes, hello, Death Company Captain. He is he looks perfect for Death Company. It's like just ignore the slight World Eaters logo here on his backpack. You know, from an angle it doesn't look like it's fangs, or you know, maybe might be fangs. You know, hey, maybe he's being very awkwardly outbound about the Death Company fangs and stuff on it. You know, don't worry about it. So yeah, so ideally I was going to paint, like I was going to prime and painting up tonight, but the mold slip on the arm meant I had to putty fill the arm a bit, so this needs to dry before I can do anything. Same with the gun, and also the head. Let me see the head. Here's the head. I don't know how hard it is to see on this thing, but his head kind of looks like eh. It's like just oval shaped off. It's like slid down slightly one side because of a literal mold slip, and that's way too small for me to try to repair in any decent way. So I'm going to have to, because my room's an utter chaotic mess right now. Primaris heads look just a bit too big, but I do have some Horus Heresy Mark IV Marines, the Mark IV Command team. I just have to find where in my shelf it is, and they have to have some exposed heads in this Horus Heresy scale to replace it with. So, yeah, so the head is going to be replaced with whatever I can find. This has to dry here, and then, yeah, so he's going to be my little lad. It's like, do I want to give him a... Ooh. What if I gave him a Horus Heresy jump pack? One with like the two twin turbines on the back. Then he could be the Death Company captain with jump pack. And he's launching into a run before he's going to leap into the air. Although I don't think... Okay, here's now a weird thing where basically the Death Company captain on foot gets the Inferno pistol. I don't think the jump version gets the Inferno pistol. He only gets a plasma pistol. Or, you know, I could pin and or magnetize it so I can swap the backpacks around. Say, okay, you're a jump marine today. You're not a jump marine. Ideas. But yeah, it's a really fun and dynamic pose. Like, he's running. Oh, he's also on 32mm base, and I have to get 40mm base, but, you know, like, 40mm bases are easy to find. So, yeah, so he's not going to be ready in time for my game on Thursday, but maybe the next week game he'll be ready. I'll try some Death Company on foot shenanigans with him leading the charge, screaming his head off. I totally don't have any form of strategy where when he blows up, when he dies, in melee combat, he blows up and does mortal wounds to the target on 2-up. I totally don't have any other way to make him revive on a 2-up suddenly, so that he can then blow up again in melee combat in the next turn. I wouldn't do that to my friends, right? Right, no. I wouldn't have found such a broken double blow-up strategy at all on a 2-up. Yeah, well, no, I would never do that. Although doing that does make me have... I would have... No, if I hypothetically did that, I would have to use a suboptimal detachment for him in the first place. So, you know, I'd be nerfing myself purely for a gimmick. It's like, you know, yeah... Meh. But anyway, so with that though, I think I will be calling that a night tonight. So let me see, whoops is there I can raid to at this lovely hour. Oh, I already see I see potential. I already see potential. Let me see. Let me see. Let me just quickly go. Let me go down my whole list to be absolutely sure. But I think I have a target already. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I don't think... It might have been a little bit since I last did this. Let's get the raid going. Let's see. Snoozy advert. Yep, glad to see you, Zionic. You can catch the VOD if need be. Let's go. We're going to head right into Malu. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know what she's doing. I just saw she's live and, well... She's fun peoples, fun times. So yeah, raid message is going to be the community has come to rage all over the floor. Maybe the toilet too. Blog. And let's add the emotes. Let's just slam all the emotes in. Slam just every emote possible. There. Boom. Here we go. That's the main message. Feel free to copy it and use any other emotes you all like. Yeah, as always, I stream every Tuesday, about 10 p.m. Japan Standard Time. And, yeah, hobby and shenanigans. Oh, my socials. My socials are here. My Discord is here, in case y'all want to find me off stream. Yeah, with that, thank you all for coming. Really appreciate it. And, yeah, let's go with the tech queen, since I was painting him last. Since he's in peace. No, let's go. No, the Death Coming Cap is so angry, even though he's missing an arm and a head, he's ready to rage off into the distance. So, until next time, away we go! He's going to say, no!